Hey YouTube, coming at you live-ish from the Ivory Tower here in Mallorca. So you can see that we're on the sofa. So this is Calabresa, and it's like, because the weather got cold all of a sudden, you can see that he's wearing this cool scarf. So that's good. And if you can hear snoring, it's a sausage. We've got Bobby here too, of course. It's good. Calabresa's been with us for maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something. He's leaving tomorrow morning, so he's going back to his mother, and he's going to go to Amsterdam with her, and then he's going to the UK. I think that's where he's going to go for the winter anyway. So good luck to Calabresa. He can keep the scarf. It's a gift. So. But I was happy to have it because I really, really love the dogs. I've got a really good relationship with them. And, I don't outsource my emotional needs to them in any way at all. If anything, I'm a bit cold with them. But I love them deeply. But I don't, I'm not like, oh, I love you. I don't really have that. I'm quite emotionally cold from them, but I love the company. It's very soothing, especially when we go to walk. I feel them around me, and we're free, and it's really like something special for me. Dog people will get it. So it's like 11:11 actually. It's 11:11 on Tuesday morning. And it's like, you can see I'm wearing the same clothes, because what difference does it make if you get up and you live alone and you just walk around the outskirts of the village to take the dogs for a walk, and you come home and you sit at your computer and you write your articles, and you're not really interacting with anybody. What difference does it make if you're wearing the same clothes? So yeah, here we are in the same clothes again. So you'll see this probably quite a lot. It's a sense of repetition. In terms of my very, very limited wardrobe, but we'll come back to the whole consumerism thing another time. For now, talk about the day. Storms are coming in here, and I love it. I love it. I'm in the Mediterranean here. This is Mallorca, and so the storms they're not super dangerous storms, but they can still light the sky up and shade the village with thunder. And I love it. And last night was quite. It's like people get locked into the mood, and I get locked into the mood too. But I always get locked into those stormy nights, and so I kind of sat and was very meditative, and I went to bed early, and I felt very clear. So I just sat in it and was like, do whatever you need to do, kind of attitude. But I feel very, very good for it today, and I know that I'm connected to the storms. I used to live in the Caribbean. I lived in the Mexican Caribbean for 4 years, and up in that was Ivory Tower number 1. Up in the Ivory Tower there, the storms around were fantastic, and then it was the potential for dangerous ones, like hurricanes and thing. But I loved it because I'm Gemini, and that is my element. And whilst I love the sun. I'm not really much of a water person. I like to live near the sea, but I don't get in the sea very often. And I like the land to go hiking, but I think the sun and the air is really my element. I really feel that draw to it. And so when it's stormy season, wow, it really is something for me. I could give you my credentials about what happened to me when I was living in the Caribbean and the relationship I've got with the storm, but I've got 2 stories of my relationship with the storm, but that's for another time, I guess. For now, here we are, so it's good. It feels good today. I feel very, very relaxed. And it's a stay in the house kind of weather, and so it's a realistic look at what I'm going to be facing going forwards from here as we turn into winter. Realistically, it's going to be more time in the house, just like this. And so I think with that kind of perspective and know what I'm facing, I can't get sucked into anything too heavy and try to fight against it, because acceptance is the way for it all, right? I accept the situation, and it's not as bad. It's all the quiet frustration that you can't see until you get to acceptance that's driving you bonkers, right? But I don't really feel that wheel turning in my head, and so it's all good, really. So today I'm working on an article here, Austin real estate, because I write real estate for money. So I'm writing this article about Austin. And I've got some other things to do as well, and I don't really enjoy it, but like on a day like today, sit and do the job, Danny. I'm going to need the money from when I stand up and walk out of here. Because I think from all these episodes of people attacking me in the street, where they come and verbally attack me, strangers, if anything, it's a clear enough lesson that this is not the place I'm supposed to live. Like it's good for me at the moment, and it's very nurturing for me, but this is not the end of the road, thank God, because like if it was like this forever, like fucking hell. So this is good. This is a period of my life which I just have to accept and go through, and that's super cool. If I try to avoid it, I'll have to do it again. And as you get older, the stakes get higher. Face this when I'm 51. Like, no way, dude. I'm gonna do it now. So like, I'm gonna plow through. I've already done like the majority of the heavy lifting, so I'm just gonna keep plowing through with the solitude and the sense of loneliness, for want of a better expression. Well, I'm still smiling, right? It's the loneliness, but yeah, it's like walking a tightrope where you're constantly on the edge of falling into very big depressions, but I'm doing all right. Like, you know, like I say, keep moving forward. So that I watch my videos back and I say keep moving forwards a lot. It's very important, you know. I think if you're going through the shadows, don't get hung up on anything. Keep moving. Like however heavy it is, okay, process it and just let it go and keep moving. And I think that's one of the beauties of air signs, is because it's all mental for us. Like, although you can get trapped by mental prisons, it's all just vapor, and so you can just puff, it can just move on just like that. And it's one of the reasons why we can really skip, especially if you're like clever about what you're doing. So yeah, like I felt like more like myself again this morning when I woke up. I woke up very early, which is like I used to do. I like to wake up. I have no curtains in my house. I like to wake up with the sun, and today I woke up before the sun, which I haven't done for quite a long time. And so we were up and we were out early, and it felt good, and I feel really good for that, because I always like it to be early. Like, I don't like to ever be rushed for anything. And the fact that I've already like planned out my article and it's like 11:15 or whatever, means that like I can get it done with plenty of time, because all my clients are in America, so they're all still asleep, so it's great. So I've got no pressure in terms of deadlines for work, although I am notorious for missing deadlines. I love deadlines. I love the sound they make as they go whooshing past, is what Douglas Adams said in The Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I've just picked up. Like, my friend left it at my house. She's gone, actually. Like, this was like pretty much like my last friend, I suppose. Like, really, let's think what we've got left after this. Woof, like, you know, like people that you see in the street and that you can stop and chat to, but actual people who come round to the house and sit and have a chat for like a few hours. This is it. Anemone is leaving. I've mentioned her in another video. It was all like we were dancing, we got drunk and we were dancing and we were talking about like various dreams. She was full, sitting on my dreams. That was fun. But she came last night. It was a bit wild. She came like 9:30, like it's dark, I'm sitting in the candlelight, like the fuck's ringing my doorbell at night, who's ringing, like no, I don't know anyone. Oh, it was Anemone. What's happened? She locked herself out of her house. Oh, come in. So she came in and she sat for a while and we got to talking. But she's leaving, she's moving to Palma, and so realistically I don't have a car, she can't drive. This is pretty much where we go our separate ways, and like she came into my life at a time when I needed some, like I was in a very, very fragile state. Not so much, but it was dangerous. And she was one of the people who saved me along the way, and we had that very deep soul connection. But the contract is kind of complete. Like, if there's anything in our ancestral past that I can forgive her for, and that she signed up for to do me right by this time around, I forgive her for that, and I don't even need to know the reasons, just it's all right with the forgiveness, right? We had that conversation recently because I knew she was moving, and I think it's kind of done to the point where we had a bit of a chat. I told her the stories about the lady in the street and about the conversation with the ex, and how I'm good about that these days. But after that, there was really nothing left to say. It was over. It's like we go our separate ways. And she got to the point where she almost felt uncomfortable and wanted to leave. And it was like 9:30. And it was a storm last night, like it was raining. And she said, okay, come on, let's go I want to go out, let's take the dogs for a walk. And as soon as I saw that the weather was bad, I thought, oh no, I'm not going out in this. And my dogs didn't want to go out either. But she was like adamant, she was like, no, she's leaving. And she didn't have a key, and her friend wasn't back in the house yet. And it's like, why are you walking out into the storm? But I think that could be it. She's like that could be it. Love a good dramatic ending to my relationships, you know, like Gemma, like one of my exes, with the parade. Well, there's a ton of them, but but this is where it ends. And so I'm smart enough to know that, like, the whole thing about being alone is learning to accept all the nausea that comes with being alone. And so I'm going to go into this 4 or 5 month period of isolation with good strength. And by the time I stand up in the spring to move forward with my life, wow, I'm going to be a mountain, dude. I'm not going to need anybody. And then, like, I'm 42 years old. So as I now transition into the second part of my life, if the more comfortable I can be about being happy on my own, the less I will chase human beings around in order to learn that lesson. And so, like, this is the time to do it, right? I could kind of keep avoiding it and then have to face it when I'm old, like most people do. But I think if I can get it out of the way now, then I'll I have no choice. It's happening live, so I don't really have a choice with that. But yeah, like the storms are going to be here for the next like 3 days or something, and so I'm going to really embrace this season and really embrace this isolated living in the cave kind of way. Take care of my house, to make some money, and with a look to launching out of the house in spring. Because I think, like I said earlier, like I don't feel like the fact that people come and attack me all the time in the street verbally is pretty much all the signs I need that I'm not supposed to really stay here. And so I need to stand up and leave. But the point is that I don't really have anywhere to go. Like, there is no home for me. And I think that anywhere I go, I will always come against this, because there's something about me that attracts people to. I don't know if it's that they like subconsciously, because they all try to dominate me. This is why I call them bullies, because they try to, they don't, but it's like a subconscious thing. It's like a subconscious blur that they don't even realize, and they throw it at me. And so then I stand up and defend myself, and perhaps that's how they learn their lesson. I don't know. I think it's something to do with me. The way that I place myself means that I draw this out of people, and that's all right. Like, I'm happy to be the mirror for whatever I need to be. But that's not very conducive to living a very happy life in a community, because generally I'm going to irritate people, like with the grand scene that happened in the street the other day. Like, it's been a culmination of this happens quite often. I mean, not to that extent, but that is like the culmination of this continuing thing. But people hassling me, people fucking with me. It means I can't really live in a community. I'm better served going wild and wanderer, falling in front of the people that I need to, being whatever I need to be in front of them, and then just keep moving on from there. And I think that's like pretty much the way that the future shapes up for me, is that, like, this idea, like, I'm not really, I know that I was never really had that like paternal instinct of, oh, I really want to have a child. Like, love was always the thing that I wanted. It was find the person that completed me. You know, like, love was the main thing, but it was never to kind of build a house, build a family, have children. It was always just for the love. With the story that I've been through, and the fact that I've now finally been birthed into a whole person, and as I've learned to balance that, it means that I don't need someone to complete me anymore, because I complete myself. And so then there's no draw to that ape family life. It's not like I wanted to have children. And so I think that the point is that that's why I should go wander. Like, if I go wander, I can live free. Like I am a freelance writer. As I said, I write real estate, and so all my clients are in the US, and so I can make enough money to live from that. I've been doing that full time for maybe 5 or 6 years now. It's a good gig, you know. And I can do it from anywhere. That's why I lived in the Caribbean, and that's why I'm living here in Mallorca. Instead of basing myself in one place for a long period of time and living in relative isolation, I was thinking maybe just get a van and just drive and just keep moving forwards like that. Go where I feel. I'd happily live on the beach in Portugal for a while, you know, like. But now's not the season, is it? With the colds coming in, now is the time to celebrate being in the cave, and those fresh days. So it's not today, but it's all with a step to launch myself in the future, in the spring of next year. So either a van or whatever you want to dream, but I think that this idea of staying in one place is not really the way it's supposed to be for me. It's not getting the best out of me, hiding in the house like this. Like I need to be in front of people. So yeah, so that's good. So that's exciting too. Now I'm not living for the future. I'm not like, oh, I'm just gonna rot away here in my self-made prison for the next 4 or 5 months. No, like what I have to do is create the perfect day. That's challenge. It's Groundhog Day, isn't it? And it's routine. So I have to create the perfect day from today. One that's happy, not one where I'm just alive, where it's one that I'm genuinely and it happens sometimes. You get those really happy days, but I need to take control of that, and that cannot be down to external influences. That has to be my control to make the perfect day for me. So it's good. Like my day is good, my routine is good, but it's by no means perfect. So what I'll do until the spring comes around is just keep working on myself. Kung Fu, eating, cleaning the house, go for a walk in the mountains, love my boys, say hello to all the lovely people in the village, do the work, and then by the time the spring will come around in no time, and that's all good like nurture and self-care. I beat myself up a bit about self-love, I think, sometimes when I feel like I'm not doing it, but there are moments of self-love in my life, and now it's bath season, which I'm really excited about, because with the fresh weather, there's nothing better than a bath. It's very humid here, so the summers are crazy humid, but then the winters are really, really cold, and it's that kind of cold that really gets into your bones, and so there's nothing better than a bath to warm your core. So I'm excited about bath season, and I'm going to have a bath today, so you might see me in different clothes tomorrow, who knows. Might be wearing something different. I can literally just talk like this forever. I literally can just pour out like this forever. It's like talking in tongues. I just open my mouth and let it fall out, and let it say whatever it wants to say. Which is kind of my gift, really, but means that I can upset people, because sometimes I tell people what they need to hear. I'm sorry to all those guys, but you're better off for it. Anyway, like 17 minutes again, I can't remember what I said. I'm going to get on with the day. I'll see you guys later, okay? Did anybody watch it to the end? Did anybody listen to all of this today? Like yesterday? Like some people actually listened to me for a while, which is a bit of a marvel. Like, whoa, I felt like, oh, somebody looked. So, I'm trying not to do too many clickbaity titles. I just try to write in the key points of what I'm just mumbling about, really. But yeah, like thanks very much, like for anybody who's like interested in following, and the little window into my world, like so you can find out so much going on when really I'm just sitting. Okay guys, I'll see you later. Bye bye.